I've been asked to give a brief introduction to this prayer, the White Nile. In 1856, the British explorers Burton and Speke set out from Zanzibar westward deep into the heart of Africa, hoping to find the source of the White Nile. Previous expeditions generally went from Cairo past Luxor, past Khartoum, where the Blue Nile forks into the White, and then on into unknown territory. Here's a parable of our journey compared to the White Nile. The White Nile, a prayer of St.G. We were not looking forward to so long a journey. Its outcome could be seen pouring into the Middle Sea, from Khartoum slowly to Alexandria, and in its journey from darkest Africa, life. For if this river of life had failed to flow, even for one season, all perished. And it was the desire of nations to find its source. There were in this time unexplored regions, the Arctic, the moon, you. The others seemed fantastical, seducing. We were never able to stay long in one place without succumbing to an overmastering restlessness. Migratory birds never at peace. Seek peace and pursue it, as said Isaiah, but we could not estimate the source of your being. And to empty to the middle of the sea of all nations, was it the finality? For surely there were currents and surges which carried throughout the known world. Surely all waters were connected. Surely none was pure. To our knowledge, the Nile had poured out forever, though for an initial time called Pishon. In the time of its journeying, there were impenetrable blank spaces, for man could not write and man could not remember, was flooded entirely and bloodied in wars. The promise of deliverance was said, but uninterpretable. There seemingly were no tributaries to the Spirit. Like the Nile, your being flows without feeders. It is itself its source and final resting place. Along its way, 1,000 atrocities, but unrelated to your will. All will be well, it was said. Even above the soporific heat and lassitude of the jungle rose a mantle of perpetual snow, a purity of presence overarching. Persistent legends carried us forward. Were there 4 gardens of paradise? Sensational reports were disputed and discredited. At length, a source needed to be found away from this vague confusion, an end without roots to it, remote, strange, hidden. Dejectedly we continue, at times half dead, maltreated, naked, and bewildered. Where was the place, and what is the way to it? Monotony ensued, and then a natural decline into voluptuousness. We had lost our way. Then we, like the explorers speak, had found the way, and it was in deepest, darkest Africa. He would be famous with Burton for his haphazard courage and persistence. But then a curious thing. For 5 months, Speke remained in a village 8 miles from declaring the source of the White Nile. He was fed a steady stream of young girls and could not break his attention to the source of all life. This, too, is our dilemma. We follow a great chain of animated nature. It leads somewhere to something important. Was there some vanished civilization, some cog in the world which was missing? Were we ever to explore and fail, questing with roving eyes like a panther? And did we hear some faint tinkle of the camel's bell, rousing us to the way? Against our narrow horizon flows the will of God, ever unexplored, ever neglected. You overflow to life. Present, but we shall never find you. You are the inaccessible spirit, and we, like the Nile, flow languidly from unknown regions and toward a great sea of being. But we do not know the way. Show us the way.